1, 2, 3, 4.
Y'all know me, still the same OG, but I've been low-key, hated on by most of these niggas with no cheese, no deals and no G's, no wheels and no keys, no boats, no snowmobiles and no skis. Mad at me cause I can finally afford to provide my family with groceries. Got a crib with a studio and it's all full of tracks, to add to the wall full of plaques, hanging up in the office and back of my house like trophies. Did y'all think I'ma let my dough freeze? Oh please, you better bow down on both knees. Who you think taught you to smoke trees? Who you think brought you to ODs, Easy E's, Ice Cubes, and DOCs, the Snoop D.O. double G's, and the group that said motherfuck the police, gave you a tape full of dope beats to bump when you stroll through in your hood, and when your album sales wasn't doing too good, who's the doctor they told you to go see? Y'all better listen up closely, all you niggas said that I turn pop on the firm flop, y'all are the reason that Dre ain't been getting no sleep, so fuck y'all, all of y'all, if y'all don't like me, blow me, y'all are gonna keep fucking around with me and turn me back to the old me. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. So what do you say to somebody you hate, or anyone trying to bring trouble your way? Wanna resolve things in a bloodier way? Just study a tape of NWA. One day I was walking by with a Walkman on when I caught a guy, gave me an awkward eye, and strangled him up in the parking lot with his car. I don't give a fuck if it's dark or not. I'm harder than me trying to park a Dodge while I'm drunk as fuck, right next to a humongous truck in a 2-car garage, hopping out with 2 broken legs trying to walk it off. Fuck you too, bitch, call the cops. I'ma kill you and them loud ass motherfucking barking dogs. And when the cops came through, me and Dre stood next to a burned down house with a can full of gas and a handful of matches, and we still weren't found out. Right, so from here on out, it's the Chronic 2, starting today and tomorrow's a new, and I'm still local enough to choke you to death with a Charleston Chew. Slim Shady, hotter than a set of twin babies in a Mercedes Benz with the windows up when the temp goes up to the mid-80s. Calling men ladies. Sorry, Doc, but I've been crazy. There's no way that you can save me. It's okay, go with him, Haley.
Sup, world? It's Babylon 5 podcast. It's your boy Jermaine Event. I'm out here, if you want to follow the podcast on Twitter, the handle is at Babylon5Pod. If you want to follow my personal account, it's at my name's Jermaine. You can email me at Babylon5podcast@gmail.com. You can listen to this podcast right now or subscribe to the podcast, follow the podcast at babylon5.podbean.com. And you can listen to the podcast on Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere podcasts are available. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, episode 14, we have the most special guest ever that we will ever have. Most special guest of all time. The GOAT guest. My wife, Sarah. Talk to the people, Sarah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was my cue. Hi.
That is your cue.
Okay.
It's your cue because you didn't want to introduce yourself, so I'm like, I gotta do something.
Wow.
It
me.
I'm
you. Here.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear the air for a moment.
What do you mean?
You said the first time that we met that I was in a mood.
You were in a mood.
No, I wasn't. You said that I was mean and I was in a mood.
Oh, yeah.
But you left out that detail, the story of why I may have gotten there.
Why were you in a mood?
I wasn't in a mood. You just were irritating me.
Because you were in a mood.
Oh, my God.
That's why you were irritated, because you were in a mood, all right? You said that,
Well, first off, you left out the detail of what maybe put me in a mood.
I don't know if that was necessarily, I don't know if it was needed for the story that I was trying to tell. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't needed for the story that I was trying to tell. So, yeah. I mean, if you want to go ahead.
I just want to say I wasn't in a mood. That's all.
Well, what was the cause?
Well, I asked you what you did for a living, and I meant 40 hours a week. And you said you were a rapper.
40 hours a week.
I guess 24/7 in your case. But I was like, no, what is your employer? And that made me mad. So then I was like, oh, now I have to call him the wrong name.
What?
I don't know.
Oh.
I was in a mood. Damn it, I was in a mood. Okay.
You were in a mood. I knew you were in a mood. You had to be in a mood. I knew you were in a mood. I could sense that you were in a mood. Today we're gonna learn about Sarah's life story, her humble beginnings, you know, in Wisconsin. We're gonna dig deep.
Okay.
We're gonna dig deep in there.
Are you nardwiring?
We're gonna get up in there. No, Nardwire.
Okay, good.
If I was Nardwiring you, I'd already know everything. You know, I know what you'd had for breakfast when you were 5 in September on the 3rd. Blah, blah, blah. If I was Nardwire.
I just remember the 21st night of September. That's about it.
I don't remember. You're a lot older than me, so like, you know, speaking of that, we're a week away from me becoming pretty old, you know. I don't think there's we're not gonna do a honey roast, you know. There's no honey roast. You're looking at me like maybe there's a honey roast.
Oh, no, there's not.
There's no honey roast,
I'm
ladies
just
and
mad
gentlemen.
because you're literally like 3 months younger than me and you're so dramatic.
My wife is upset because I just point out the fact that I'm a man in my 20s and she's a woman in her
You're
30s.
29.
You're a woman in your 30s. And I'm a man in my 20s, and I like to point that out. And pretty soon here, I'm going to be old. In 7 days, Jesus Christ. Uh-oh. 7 days. I just heard it.
Oh,
I just heard it like that
no.
in my head.
How do you feel?
I don't know. A nigga didn't think he was going to see 18. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's interesting.
Do you think you are where you're supposed to be at 30?
Nah.
Did you ever think of that?
Well, no. Definitely. I mean, in what aspect are we talking? Are we talking about just overall life?
I don't know.
I would say no.
I thought I was going to have a higher paying job.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I
Definitely
thought I
not.
would be more successful financially at this point in life. Because I don't know, when I was younger, I thought 30 was really old.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was really old. I didn't realize that most of us were going to drink a lot of our 20s away. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that was like, it's advertised like such a cool thing to do, just to go out and binge drinking and shit. We waste a lot of time. I was talking to this other dude at work, and he's talking about he wanted to he got his uncle or somebody gave him an accordion, and he wanted to fix it up and learn how to do it. He's like, oh, I just don't really have time. I was like, are you serious? You don't have time? I was like, I'm pretty sure if you thought about it, you got an hour here that you can. He's like, well, yeah, I guess I do have time for it. And it's like,
Not a priority.
yeah, it's just not a priority. It's just, I don't know, being younger and then spending your time doing nonsense, you know. So
It's weird though, because when you're in it, everyone's doing it, and then you hit a certain age, you're like, oh, maybe it's not normal to black out all the time when I'm drinking.
Nah. For me, definitely not. Because, you know, I was blacking out all the time.
I think it's only happened to me twice.
Nah, that was twice. That's child's play.
I never was a big drinker though.
I remember when they used to scare me. It'd be like the start of a movie, you know what I'm saying? Like waking up like, what the fuck? Where am I? How did I get here? How do we get on this subject?
You're gonna be old in a week.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be old.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be old, ladies and gentlemen. And what I was thinking, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go to wards?
Yes.
Wards. And I'm gonna fail, most likely, at eating 40-ounce
I think that's the
steak.
smallest of the biggest.
Been
yeah.
eating a lot of lettuce, or what I think
Oh.
is a lot more lettuce than I typically would eat
I was just at
on a
Trader
daily
Joe's,
basis. Mm-hmm.
and there's a note that says not to eat romaine lettuce from California because it has E. coli. So we should probably check that lettuce in the fridge.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Well, I'm probably gonna fail regardless.
Are you gonna eat Friday?
We'll see. Maybe like
Serve
salads.
fasting?
Ooh, fast. Maybe I should fast this whole week.
Because think about it, 40 ounces, that's more than 2 pounds.
I think it's
It's 2.5.
it's doable. It's definitely doable. But there's no honey roast, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry.
I put it out there I put it out into the ether. Put it out into the ether, and I didn't really get too big of a response. You know, I needed people to step up and being like, "Yeah, man, I want to come and say a few nice things about you." I need people to roast me, to honey roast me.
There's always 40.
There's always 40. Man, it's crazy. You know, I was supposed to join the 27 club. I was supposed to be
That's
great.
not funny.
Anywho, yeah. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Anything?
We can talk about
Not
some
anything.
cool things. We can talk about an inspirational young lady. If you want to talk about Doja Cat, talk about
I have my notes.
you got your notes. So I put it out there. I'm sorry, random volumes here, but I put it out there a long time ago, back when I started the podcast. If people wanted me to do album reviews, and I just never really did it. Not because I was like ignoring it. It was just for the fact that it's rare that I see an album from an artist that I want to check out. I don't really check out like too many new artists and whatnot. And I checked out Doja Cat like a minute ago after Moo, and
Such
you know,
a good song.
such a good song. So I was like, super into her creativity, and so I checked out this album, and you checked out this album,
The new one?
and it's pretty fire.
I think we were talking about this like a couple months ago, how she's kind of like the girl, Tyler, the creator.
Yeah,
Just like super out there.
I think I would compare her rap level to prime Nicki Minaj. That's her rhyme. That's her rap level, and then her vocals to me sound like Rihanna at some point in her career. I'm not sure where, but that's where I am with overall. Just put that into one with like some auto tune here and there, and that's Doja Cat with a lot of creativity. Nothing but bouncy fucking flows. But yeah, if you wanted to. No.
Going song by song?
Yeah, if you want to do that, we can.
I didn't know if that's what we were doing.
Yeah, I wrote some notes.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of, I like this album, obviously.
Yeah,
I wish I could play it at work.
yeah, you can.
I mean, I could.
You run your own business. You can.
I'd have a lot of explaining to do, though.
Yeah,
I think some people would be weirded out by it.
I'm already the Ricardo of this. You got some explaining to do. That was a reach. Reach out there.
Definitely.
I had to make that connect real quick. Somehow I had it on the brain when you said it, and I was like, I gotta make this joke.
Well, you tried, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anywho.
But I feel like this album, like if you look at some of the songs, it's almost like they put two baby albums together.
Two baby albums.
Because I feel like some of them sound very, very similar, and some of the other ones
No,
too. But it's
yeah.
like a different mood for both of them.
I feel like one's like half of it's more pop,
And the other stuff's like not
more
sad,
urban.
but
I'd
yeah.
say it's like more of an I say that it's all more of a poppy kind of sounding album, but like half of it's geared toward an urban audience, and the other half is geared toward a white audience. I would say.
Like people that they grabbed from the meme and all that.
But yeah.
Kind of, I don't know. Like I know you like.
What's your favorite song on the album?
Oh, Bottom Bitch.
Definitely Bottom Bitch is
But that doesn't sound poppy like the rest of it.
but it's got kind of the whole rock vibe to it a little bit. And then it's just, I don't know, it's pretty original with the content. I've never heard a song like that, or if I have, not in recent memory, nothing that sounded that good to me.
I like all the guitar in it.
Yeah, it's like everything about it.
Blink-182. I know you were like, what is that? But
I mean, I never really got too into Blink-182. I'm aware of rock music. I'm aware of it. You know, I was there. Shout out to Bayview. But yeah, Bottom Bitch is fire. You know, Rules speaks to me personally more than any song there. You know, because, like, as you know, I prefer when you play with my pussy, but you don't play with my emotions. And so when she spoke that in that song, Rules,
you completely identified.
I completely identified with that song and her as an artist, you know? Like, yes, play with my pussy, but don't play with my emotions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But that also feels like that would be on the same album as Bottom Bitch, whereas the first two...
Won't Bite. You don't think Won't Bite?
No, I like it, but I feel like the first two songs sound so similar, like in the feel, whereas the next two don't. I don't know, like, it's interesting, because it's not like every other song or anything like that, or it's not like the Drake album where it was like all the rap songs and all the crybaby songs or whatever.
Yeah, I feel you. I was going to Say So. It's probably...
I like that song.
I'd say it's probably one of the most poppy songs on the album. It reminds me of, like, the song American Boy. You know, and I hated that song. I hated when they were getting all that British hip hop shit, and I hated it. I knew a lot of people were fucking with it, and like I understand that you would like that sound, but it reminds me of that, and I hated that time in hip hop. I just be hating on certain trends, you know. I'm hating on that new meme right now. What's the new meme that I hate?
The cat and the lady?
I hate the cat and the lady.
Oh, I'm going to tell my kids.
I'm going to tell my kids that meme, that whole meme thing. I hate it. I hate most memes, ladies and gentlemen. You probably will never see me post any of those memes. If you see it, maybe you'll see it one time, never again, because I hate most memes. I'm funnier than that. I can't give you the full content and a fucking lady fucking yelling at some cat sitting at a table.
Oh, I could. No.
I can't give you this whole... I can't give it to you in the meme.
Why don't you just say what you said earlier?
I'm gonna give it to you long form style.
Don't do that. But
long form style.
Why do you say it like that? No, can you say what you said to me earlier today?
What do you mean?
You're like, I know what my kink is.
Oh yeah, my kink is hating on things, like instantly hating on things other people really like enjoy automatically. Like as soon as they like it, I fucking hate it right away.
Yep.
That's my kink.
Yep. And I've pointed that out to you before. I've been like, babe.
Maybe that's my kink. Maybe I'm just like on another social level. I'm at a higher social level. I'm just better than most of these people. Maybe that's.
I forgot that was the answer.
That is another.
That's
another possible solution. Is that I'm just better than most of these people.
No, we.
What?
You said we.
What do you mean?
I'm not in your nonsense right now.
No. So this album,
I don't like the Tyga song.
You don't like Juicy? I don't like Tyga on it.
But I don't like it as the last song either. Because I feel like it brought the energy up and then it just ends.
Yeah, it definitely brings the energy up.
I wish Addiction was the last song.
Well, because I listened to it on Tidal, the first time I listened to the album, I didn't know the album was over. Because it just like started playing songs that would be similar to her. And because that song is the last song, like it just started playing like more songs. I was like maybe like 3 songs down before I realized like, well, wait, this ain't Doja. Like, what is this shit? And I was like, oh, that's because Juicy was on last, and now all this fucking Black Girl Rap shit came on, and I was like, damn, I didn't even realize the album was over.
Yeah, so I feel like the actual planning of the tracks on the album is what kind of needs to be.
Oh, just the
reworked.
arrangement. That could be cool, you know? Because I remember when Ye said he was going to start Yeezus with Blood on the Leaves, and how that would have changed everybody's perception of the album. Just to start the album with Blood on the Leaves. Everybody would have thought the album was fire off top if he started the album with Blood on the Leaves, but he started with On Sight, and people hated on it. That's just how it went. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. It's a good album, though. I like it.
I say Streets. Streets
I like
is
it when the bass drops.
Yeah.
But that doesn't sound like the poppy songs that would go with Rules and Bottom
Yeah,
Bitch.
with the urban shit.
It's interesting. I like it. Like, I'm not hating on the two
Super
different
bouncy
songs.
flow. Like the last verse, she just slaughters it. It's definitely a highlight on the album. I like Addiction. Addiction is like an EDM kind of like.
That's what should be the last song, I think.
No, yeah, I guess I could see that. That could definitely be the.
Because it's bouncy, but it's not over the top.
For Talk Dirty, oh yeah, I put so fucking bouncy. That's like when you talk like that, I be in my bag. That shit's fucking fire.
Like, I liked it, but I thought it was just okay. Out of all of them. I didn't think it was bad.
I think it's super catchy.
For me, like the rhythm and like the
it's super
tone-wise,
bouncy.
I remember it, but the words, she's just kind of doing that Nicki Minaj.
She
thing
sounds
where
like
she's
Nicki Minaj on there.
Yes.
Yeah, she does. She sounds a lot like prime Nicki Minaj on this, like all throughout this album. A lot of rapping.
What album was that?
That first album?
It wasn't the Pink Print, was it? No.
I think so.
The one with like Drake and all that.
Yeah. Whatever album I bought.
Where she has like the pink hair and she's sitting with her legs
I think
straddling.
so. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure I bought that for my sister for Christmas. And I remember I gave it to her when she opened the gift. I was like, fuck, why did I give her this album? Like, I know.
Which one is it?
Nicki Minaj is, she's a dope rapper, but I was like, fuck. There's going to be some bullshit all through this
Pink
album.
Friday. That's what it is.
Pink Friday. Okay. Yeah, that's the one that had the Romans.
Yeah,
Revenge.
Roman's Revenge.
Shine. I put just another solid bouncy song. I just wanted to go through them. Just better than me. Good background music is what I said. But yeah.
I like the Spider-Man reference in that song.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they lead you to, like, you know, say, you know, obviously we're talking about Spider-Man, but that was like Kiss You Upside Down, like that one movie.
In that movie,
yeah. Yeah, it's pretty dope. The album sounds amazing. It sounds amazing.
I'd be interested in seeing her live.
Yeah, she comes to town. I'd like her to go on tour with Mark Rebellet.
I just am curious what her set is.
Yeah.
Because she does all those different looks and all those different videos.
Do it like Weird Al. Have you ever seen Weird Al live?
No.
Weird Al Yankovic is the best. He changes outfits for every fucking song. If he does the I'm fat, he switches into the huge I'm fat suit. And then right away for the next song, he switches into that outfit. Like, to the Amish outfit. Whatever outfit goes along with the music video or whatever song he's doing, he's switching into those outfits. Got whole crew choreographed with the dance moves. Weird Al is a great fucking concert if you just love live performances.
I'm just going to put out there that Cher also does that.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
Different sets, different costumes every song.
I guess I shouldn't hate on Cher.
No.
I guess, you know,
You should just turn back time.
My peeps just never, you know, her music never really appealed to the streets.
Are you saying that you didn't grow up listening to Cher?
To the streets. No, I didn't grow up listening to Cher. I didn't grow up listening to Hall and Oates though, and I get down with Hall and Oates. Baby,
You know what though?
back me up.
No. You sing, not me. I didn't realize how much I loved Cher until my sister's wedding.
Why? Because you filled it up on the playlist?
No. There was no playlist for that. No. When I was talking to Addie and how she's like, oh, when you were 5, you kept wanting to show me this recorded episode of Beavis and Butthead that my mom put on a VHS for me. She's like, yeah, you kept talking about it. You'd watch it all the time. And I was like, oh, which one is it? And it's the one with Cher in it.
Yeah.
So since I was wee.
Man, the lady at work, Mary, she was talking about, I thought she referenced South Park. She was like talking to somebody and she was like, I'm sorry. Like she said it like an episode of South. I was like, yo, you just referenced South Park? And she's just like, no, I don't watch those kind of shows like that and Beavis and Butthead. And I'm like, whoa. Those are 2 different shows. I think like it's a shame what South Park started out as, because that's what people think it is. Right now, it's like...
It's so good.
Yeah, it's so conscious.
I think my favorite episode so far, though, is the anxiety one. Anxiety, excuse me.
Yeah. The insecurity?
No, where everyone's acting like an asshole, and they're like, it's because I have anxiety.
Oh.
It's kind of like the emotional support animal thing, too, where everyone just uses it as an excuse.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. That Ice episode where they were picking out children like fucking dogs man, it was kind of uncomfortable, you know.
Well, you know my favorite.
Is what?
Jack and Crack Witch Weekend.
Oh, yeah. I think mine is the one I put on for you last night. Could you give me some lipstick?
Oh, God.
I like to look nice and pretty if I'm gonna get fucked.
In a Best Buy.
Yeah, fuck me, mom.
The
Fuck
iPad.
me.
The iPad commercial or episode.
Yeah, it's the Human Centipede pad. That's why I tried to put Human Centipede on in the background.
And I would have sat with my back to it the entire time.
No, I would have moved this to the side so we could both see. I was thinking about doing it for this, but I was like, I don't know if I'm going to put anything creepy on in the background. Yeah, just some C-level Netflix movie or some shit like that. Some weird shit called 13 Cameras or some shit like that.
Or 13 Room?
13 cameras. Oh. He put like, he sold the house, but put hidden cameras throughout the house. Nigga creepy. Ugh. Why is he all up on her? Get back, bruh. Get back.
No, I don't want to watch it.
So, your life story.
It's not that exciting.
Tell us your story.
I don't have one.
Humble beginnings. Humble beginnings. Let's start with the race.
What?
You beat out everybody else. You got to the egg.
Oh my God.
Then what?
What do you mean?
How was time in the womb?
It was warm.
It was warm.
Mm-hmm.
It was warm. Mm-hmm. And in the womb, after, so when did you decide to exit the womb?
About 9 months.
About 9 months?
Yeah.
In the 80s. Back in the 80s.
First off, 1989.
1989. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. You spent a lot of time in the 80s.
No.
Is what we're saying.
No.
A lot more time than me in the 80s. But you are older than me. You're a woman in your 30s. And I'm a man in my 20s. Moving on.
Oh,
So as a young child, you went to Catholic school.
Only for 4 years. But
4
yes.
years. Was that like did you practice Catholicism pretty strongly at that time, or? As
a kid, do you really?
I don't know.
Or is it just because your parents take you?
I never understood, because, my mom never made us go, and me and my brother and maybe a couple of our cousins, we went to church down the street, Holy Cathedral Church of God.
What is that?
Just like some gospel church. I don't know what the thingy is. Then if it's a non-denominational or something like that.
No, if that was that, you'd be in like a stadium with 30,000 other people.
No, it was probably like 60 people, and they just singing. It was gospel church. But we only went because my cousin was riding her bike, fell off the bike or couldn't steer. Or she's just lost balance and fucked up somebody's taillight. And through that, the church lady, Bertha, she decided, like, she's not going to, like, charge my aunt or anything for the thing. She just wanted her to come to church, you know, the next Sunday. Just come to church, and she's cool with that. And so a few of us went. We never been to church, you know what I'm saying? So, like, what I'm saying is, like, we would go, and we didn't grow up with it. So, like, at this point, I was, like, 7 or 8. So, like, when I would see other kids who were, like, church kids, and people would, like, catch, like, the Holy Ghost and things like that, I wasn't sure, like, because I didn't believe it or anything. I didn't grow up with it. Like, maybe there's something that I missed, or, like, just because I didn't grow up with it, like, I'm just not into whatever it is that's going on in here, you know?
I guess I can't remember actually wanting to go, though.
No, you
I
never.
remember, like, my mom always getting mad at Kat and I because we'd be scrolling around.
Really?
My
cousin.
Long. It's a long time to sit. Have you been to, like, a Catholic mass? Ever?
Not Catholic, no.
It's okay. Well, they draw everything out way too long, and it's standing, kneeling, sitting, standing, kneeling, blah 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 blah, just over and over. I don't like that.
I've only been to, like, a Catholic, like, funeral.
So that was probably long.
It was pretty long.
They do I guess, like, they have to do everything drawn out. Like, it's not like, you know how, like, with weddings now, people have, like, those 20-minute ceremonies?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you can't do that if you're Catholic.
That's crazy.
And
So-
it's silly.
So, I was going to say my cousin's, his first daughter, I remember she was, like, super excited to go to church, like, every Sunday. Like, she would always, like, would talk about it. If they weren't going to church, she would be upset about it. Like, she was always looking forward to going to church, and I was just like, what is it that she sees in this
Maybe she likes
place?
singing and...
Yeah,
that.
maybe that's what it is. Because I always liked choir.
And does she, like, interact a lot with people?
But yeah. That's what I'm saying. I liked choir, and I always wanted to, like, do theater and things like that as a kid. I didn't have that church, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, as a young boy, maybe, yeah, since all those things did appeal to me, had I been exposed to that kind of thing early on, maybe I would have been into it. Who knows?
Well, I can tell you, too, a Catholic Mass probably isn't very similar to what your cousin's going to. It's very long and boring. Sorry if anyone's Catholic. Just not my thing.
Yeah. So you were, as far as you remember, you were never really into it.
I just don't think it was engaging for kids.
No.
Not Catholic.
You think other people, maybe the gospel church, could play some Kirk Franklin, get it popping up in there? JP, are you with me?
I don't know.
I used to listen to Kirk Franklin, even though I was never into religion. But he had some popping ass songs. Maybe if Kirk Franklin had a church down the street, I would have went to Kirk Franklin's church. But it still probably would have went on for too long. Black church go on too long.
Any church goes on too long, in my opinion.
You know, I didn't know that I snore when I was a little boy, when I was a young boy. And I would go to, like, Ridgewood Baptist Church. It's like some German Orthodox church in
It's in River
Brookfield.
West? Oh.
It's in Brookfield. And I would sleep through most of those services. And now that I realize that I probably was just snoring very loudly through all of those services. Nobody ever said anything to me. They should be like, stop bringing this Negro. Stop bringing this Negro.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you always rejected Catholicism.
I think so. I don't know. I just never was engaged
And what's your stance? I'm asking you the hard questions.
on Catholicism now.
Or, yeah, religion in general.
Not for me.
Not for you. So, so when you were a little girl, though, at any point did you believe?
Probably until like middle school.
You believed?
I did.
And what happened? What was the aha?
Oh, it's kind of sad.
Let's talk. Can you lean in a little bit? Sorry.
There was a boy in my school in 7th grade that got leukemia.
Oh.
And that made me really sad. Because I'm like, why would that happen?
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. Writing angry away messages on my AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah. I remember that one guy I worked with was telling, I was going to say, because like Christians would say that that's God's way, you know? And that one guy was talking about King Solomon and how smart he was to murder that woman's husband because God knows his heart and knows that he loved that woman. So it was okay for him to murder her husband. So, and it's like, how do you see that as an okay? That's a rationalization, my guy. Like, anywho. So then you just like, you were just like, fuck it at that point?
It was rebellious.
For me, it was like seeing my brother and my cousin.
You were telling me that.
Yeah. When they did that, I was just like, holy fuck, I didn't know I had a choice. I didn't know I had a choice here.
I would say that too, though. Like, it's not like
When you're a kid, they kind of like just throw it on you, like you got to go to school, and then church is just believing in God is a thing that you just do. It's what everybody does, and once you tell somebody well, my experience, once you tell someone you don't believe in God, you're seen as an outcast. Like, it's not just like, it's not seen as you have a choice. I'm now weird for not doing what everybody else normally does, is how we're pretty much told.
Well, I personally, ethically, could never get behind the Catholic Church with all their nonsense. I don't know how anyone could back that. And aren't they like the richest organization in the world too?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So you were in middle school and in a Catholic school?
No, I only went to Catholic school till 3rd grade. And then beyond that, I went to public school.
All right. So you were in 4th grade. What's the highlight?
Oh, 4th grade?
Yeah.
I remember it was going to be the year 2000.
Oh,
so on New Year's,
that was a good
my
time.
mom put water in the bathtub because of Y2K. And she brought my grandma to our house. And then the clocks changed and nothing happened.
Hell yeah.
And I think we had to like shut off the computer and the TV too.
That's badass.
That's what I remember from 4th grade.
That is badass. I don't think nothing happened. Well, nothing happened at our house, obviously. I knew someone who said that their dad turned off the power at midnight.
Oh
so like
God.
everybody freaked out. I was like, damn, I wish, well, I was a little, we were kids, so we didn't think to do something that clever, but I wish I was old enough and smart enough.
But if you think about that, that was 19 years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
And look how far technology's come in that. That's crazy.
I remember my mom stocked up on like a lot of water and like
Canned goods.
Yeah, canned goods.
Yeah.
People were fucking scared. That's an interesting time. Now we get like one of those like every 3 years, it seems.
Seriously,
like there's like
2012 or whatever.
There's a new apocalypse. Like the Mayan calendar said blah blah blah. I was like, oh no, they got it wrong. It was supposed to actually be yesterday.
I was working in retail when the 2012 thing was supposed to happen at Kohl's, which isn't even that nice of a store. And some lady came in and racked up her charge. Because she's like, oh, well, on the 23rd of December, the world's going to blow up anyways. And I'm going to be like, yeah, on the 23rd of January, you're going to get your credit card bill. Good luck.
Yeah, you should. That's interesting.
Isn't that weird? Like a grown woman, like in her 50s. That's wild.
9/11. How did that go down for you?
I told you this. They didn't tell us.
They didn't tell you?
This is when I would have been in public school. They were told to keep all the TVs off and not say anything. And so I didn't even know what happened. And then at the end of the day, they put everyone in their homerooms and they sent us home with a letter. And then, like, basically, I didn't figure out what happened till that night when my parents were watching the news.
But your parents knew, obviously.
Yeah, but that's just classic Menominee Falls schools, where they just don't handle anything appropriately.
Oh, you were going to middle school in Menominee Falls? Mm-hmm. That sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah. Totally, no.
I always, like... I mean, I guess... I was going to say I always dreamed of, like, being, like, the token black guy in one of those kinds of schools when I was younger. But I guess there wasn't a lot of black people at Burdick, but there was some. I wanted to be the black guy. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be the black guy.
Acapella thing?
That's real life right there. That's real life. There was, like... A lot of times when I was, like, younger, when I would go to, like, house parties, if I saw another black person, and I said to them, like, what are you doing here? They already knew what I was talking about. It was like, it didn't have to be explained. Like, that's
wild.
It's whoever was there first. It's like, oh shit, it's their party. Like, my bad. My bad, bro. They didn't see you here. You know, that's just how it goes. So damn, 9/11, and then when you got home and you felt like, oh my God.
I guess I didn't realize this sounds so ignorant, but I guess I didn't realize it was that big of a deal because they didn't say anything in school.
I wish they didn't say anything in my school, because I went to school by the airport, so everybody was freaking out, and like by the end of the day, all the white kids were gone. It was just nothing but the kids who lived on the other side of town left at school. And, yeah. But I didn't know what the Trade Center was.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was
so,
either.
Like, I was like, you're talking about the like, is that the name of the tower that they use to control the planes? Like, over here.
Is this attached to the White House?
Like, no, I'm like, there's an airport right here, and, like, now people are picking people up. Like, is this something we should be worried about? I mean, I guess people would be like, we're right by an airport, so, like, I guess there would be concern, but... Well,
I'm assuming they grounded everything, though, that day.
Yeah, I think they did, eventually.
And the next day, I think, too, at least.
I don't know why I went on this 9/11 topic. I was about to do the intro song. It was gonna be I was gonna do this Will Smith verse where he talks about 9/11 and just his son watching the whole thing on the news and whatnot. I didn't, as you know, I didn't use that for the intro, but yeah, I'm glad we could go here. You know, we can heal together. Never forget.
Right.
All right, never forget.
Okay.
All right, so after that, so high school, you're trying to start a punk rock band.
That didn't happen.
No?
No.
What happened?
I don't know. I legit can't remember a lot of it.
You did a lot of cocaine.
No. I was too scared.
You did a lot of...
I worked a lot.
Smoked a lot of cigarettes.
No, I didn't smoke till I was 18.
You were a good kid.
I just worked.
You were a good kid for the most part.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess, yeah, I was against things like that for the most part in high school. I just went to work. I didn't start smoking marijuana until I was like pretty much old enough to buy it myself.
I think I was
until I was
21.
working, doing some things, you know. Yeah.
And I skipped a lot of school my senior year. It's done.
And then you went to college.
Yeah, what a waste of money that was.
Yeah. You went to Stritch?
Yes. Cardinal Stritch.
Cardinal Stritch.
Which is the one by Bayshore. Everyone always asks where it is because it's so small.
It is pretty small.
Which ironically was a Catholic university. But honestly, like the most active club on campus was like the LGBT thing. Like it really, I felt like it didn't feel like a Catholic campus.
Were you in any clubs? Like either in college or high school?
Not in high school.
In
I
high,
just didn't.
what'd you do in college?
Well, I was going to art school, so I was. There's like this thing called AIGA, American Institute for Graphic Arts. So it was kind of for like a professional organization for people that did graphic design and all that.
All right. High school, I was in the Latin Student Union.
What is that?
It's just like for Latin students to like get together, raise money, talk about
Latin?
things in the Latin community.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Latinos Unidos.
Interesting.
I went to the meeting for the Black Student Union, BSU.
Yeah.
I was like,
Didn't appeal to you?
yeah, I was like, nah.
Like, I'm gonna dolezal this.
And then I went to I wasn't the only non-Latino in there. I think there was the white guy, Joe Canestra. He was there. He also showed up to the BSU meeting, and we both were like, I'm good on this. I tried to join the breakdancing club, but I was not allowed in the breakdancing club. They were like, get out of here.
Why?
Well, it was me and my boy Leo. I remember we went down there, and they were just like, get out of here. You're not.
They threw stones and you ran away.
Whoa, breakdancing club was essentially like Asian club.
That's what I thought you were gonna say, but I didn't want to ask.
And they were just like, nah, get out of here, bro. Like, we want to join your club. They were like, get out of here. Like,
they definitely didn't have those clubs in Menominee Falls.
did you guys have, this is random, did you have an Asian lunch table in high school? What's that about?
I don't know.
What's the Asian table about?
There weren't that many Asian kids, though, either.
I remember I sat at the Asian table once. They didn't talk to me. They did not talk to me. I was like, I'm not about to let this happen. All right? And I sat at that table, and they didn't rock with me. I'm like, what? I'm trying to end this bullshit. All right? Y'all don't have to do this. Y'all don't have to do this.
You're funny.
We're all friends. Anywho.
You're funny.
So, yeah. Tell us the story.
Of what?
I don't know. Tell us a crazy story. Right now. Freestyle. Off the top.
I can. You
Top.
said we weren't going to do that.
No?
No.
I thought you were going to spit a hot 16. You said you were studying Krayshawn, listening to Gucci.
We're done here.
No?
We're done here.
Babe. No. I thought you said you were going to tell your life story.
I don't...
In 16 bars or less.
That never happened. Everybody listening to this.
What?
That agreement never happened.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's tell me the story. You went to school for fashion.
No.
No? You said you wanted to...
Graphic design?
When we were in Chicago, though, you said you went to this place to try to intern for, like, fashion. And they were like, no. And you were like, okay.
Where was that? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so you didn't go to school for fashion?
No.
You were just like, I want to intern here?
Yeah. Because it was like a fine arts degree, but then you had to pick out what your concentration was, which I wanted to do painting. But then they're like, you can't get a job with that. Which, joke's on everyone. You can't get a job with a degree regardless in what it's in. But you can sign those loans. So, where was that? No, it wasn't. It wasn't fashion. It was.
Said it was interior design.
No.
You said
Leo Burnett.
They had a place that looked like a replica McDonald's.
Yeah, Leo Burnett. Yeah, that's a design agency. Like graphic design. That's what Mad Men is based on.
Oh, really?
Is Leo Burnett, yeah. I know it's Sir Jaguar. And I was like, then I applied and they said no. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I moved on with my life.
Yeah.
That's the story of my life with that degree.
Should have go back there, walk in there and say, do you guys get paid off commission?
Oh, God.
Big mistake.
No, like, do you guys get paid off commission? Well, I do now. And then just leave. Pretty much.
That'd be pretty cool. What's a cool story? Tell us about a crazy house party you went to. Craziest, drunkest, wildest shit that's ever happened. Give us a story. Give us a cool roommate story right now. There we go.
God, which one?
Yeah, I know you gotta have some interesting roommate stories. Put somebody on the spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, obviously Maria.
Okay.
Who else am I gonna tell this story about?
Yeah.
Because I've only had like
Tinky.
3 different roommates. Yeah, Tinky Butt, Maria, my best friend. So I think I'm gonna tell this story about when we took our road trip.
Mm-hmm.
So when was that? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we found an article on Facebook that was circulating. That was all the haunted places in Wisconsin, and it like laid out the road so you could make a road trip out of it. I was like, oh, let's do this on the weekend. And obviously stop at the Avery salvage yard on the way up too. This is when Making a Murderer was very popular.
Yeah, but you ladies recently stopped at the Avery salvage yard.
Do you want me to tell this story?
I feel like this was like less than a month.
No, this is a different one. This is a different one. We just happened to be in the area and checked in on it last time. But we were taking this road trip, and so I think I worked a half day when I was at my old job on a Friday. So we stopped in Maribel, which is the same exit as the Avery complex. Because there's a burned down hotel there called Hotel Hell. Well, yeah, I figured if we were in the area, might as well stop. And there was this funny, because when we were driving up to the sign, there's this car in front of us with New York license plates. And they kept like braking, going, or whatever. And they pull over too. They're this couple from New York that were going up to Door County for a wedding. And like part of like the wedding scavenger hunt is everyone had to take a picture in front of the sign. So we took their picture and then they took ours.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of cool. I'm like, great, this is what Wisconsin's known for. So we're doing this road trip or whatever, and then we ended up in Kewanee, which is just like a tiny little town just north of Manitowoc, and stayed in a haunted hotel, which it wasn't haunted. It was just poorly decorated. And
that sounds pretty haunting.
I don't know. I didn't think it was haunted. It was just creepy. Just old, you know. So then the next day, we went to this place in Stevens Point, and then we were noticing that everything was private property. Mm-hmm. And so the road trip was supposed to end in Summerwind, which is as north as you can get before you hit the UP in Michigan.
Did you guys go to Haunchyville?
No, that's in Waukesha. Anyways. So we were looking at this stuff. I'm like, damn, like I don't want to drive 9 hours north and it's just private property and we can't even see it. So we decided to stay in Stevens Point, and we were going to car camp in the back of Maria's RAV4. And Maria's never like legit camped before in her life. She thinks she has, but she's sleeping in her uncle's backyard, and then she can go in his house and use his 2019 plumbing, which is different from camping. Have you gone camping?
Absolutely not. I'm not into that.
I'm not into the tent thing.
There's bears and mountain lions and squirrels and bugs. Yeah, it's just like you're outside. Like
I'm not into that either. Like maybe a cabin, maybe.
I'm cool with that if I'm awake. I don't want to sleep outside.
Well, no, I don't get the whole tent thing. That's not for me.
I don't want to be that vulnerable outside. Like, if I don't have to.
Right.
And I, as an adult, at this point in my life, I have that option to not be that vulnerable.
There you go. But we were going to car camp.
Bear attacks are real. Anywho.
I believe you.
I watch a lot of those videos.
I know. It's your secret shame.
No,
That's funny.
it's not a secret.
So we were going to car camp in the back of her RAV4, and we decided just to stay in Stevens Point and look for a campground. And so before we were going to head there for the night, I'm like, yo, I'm going to try to use the bathroom in a store because the bathrooms in campgrounds are literal holes in grounds or whatever. And I was like, okay, we need to get some hand sanitizer and a flashlight and everything. So we go into Walmart in Stevens Point, which is apparently probably the most cosmopolitan area in that entire area. Like, that place was huge, way bigger than the Walmarts here. And it was super busy. So we ended up going in there, and then I'm like, okay, I need to go to the bathroom now. So Maria pushes me out of the way and runs into the bathroom, which it was huge. There's probably like 15 stalls. And she goes to the second to last one, and then the one that's open is the one at the end, which is always the bigger one. I'm like, oh, room for activities. So I went into that one. And
that's why we got bunk beds.
Yeah, we just put those up today. IKEA. So
I put my single above your queen.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we end up going in the bathroom. So obviously it's Maria, random stall, then me. So I'm just like sitting in there, and then all of a sudden I hear this woman yell in her native tongue, which I'm assuming was Hmong. And she starts screaming. So I start laughing because I thought she was answering a phone call. And then I hear, Sarah? I'm like, yes. And then my phone starts going off, like buzzing one after another. And it's Maria. And she goes, oh shit, I thought you were next to me. So I turned my camera on and stuck it under the stall.
Oh my God.
But then these delicate fingers that didn't look like your sausage fingers slapped out of the way, and I knew it wasn't you. And now there's this Hmong woman next to us screaming. So the obvious response to that is to start laughing, because that's so fucking dumb. Like, why would you do that?
That's pretty amazing.
Yes, so like, I'm just like laughing, like my cheeks are hurting, my face is turning red, I'm crying or whatever, I can't catch my breath. And then I hear Maria laughing. So this poor woman is sitting between these two stalls that are like laughing at this situation or whatever in the Walmart fucking bathroom. And like, we were in there for like a questionable amount of time, like way too long. So then I'm just like, I texted Maria, I'm like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'll grab all the stuff. I'll go check it out. You need to just go sit in the car and wait for me. She's like, great. So I come out of the stall, and the woman not only is standing at the sink waiting for one of us to come out, she's a Walmart employee. Oh, and I'm just like, fuck. So I like walk up, like I'm sure it might look like a hot mess, like my makeup is all messed up from laughing or whatever.
I mean, she doesn't know what the person looks like that tried to take a picture of her, does she?
Yeah, but she probably could hear both of us laughing at her. It's a bathroom. It's hard surfaces. It bounces.
And then, yeah.
And then, yeah, she probably figured it out. And it probably didn't help when Maria yelled my name across either. So she's like, your friend took a picture of me. And I was like, no, she was trying to hand me her phone. It has a map app. We don't know where we are. We're not from here. And she's like, well, the least you could do is say sorry. So I looked her right in the eye and I said, you're right, she could. And then I washed my hands and got out of there.
Maybe, are you sure the lady was speaking a foreign language when she was screaming?
Yes. Because her English was kind of broken too, which I'm not going to imitate, obviously. So, no. So you know how
if you're a real comedian, you'd stick to that.
Well, no.
I thought you were a comedian.
I'm not. Let me just finish. So, you know how in Walmart, it's like, they always put the bathrooms in the back, and they're in that little, like, cubby, and then it's, like, the electronics section?
Yes.
For some reason, they always lay it out like that. So I have all the stuff in my hands. I'm texting Maria, and this woman comes out of the bathroom. She's standing by the bubbler, and I'm like, okay, she's by the bubbler. She's not leaving. And she stood there for probably another 5 minutes, and finally she gave up and goes down the employee entrance. So I text Maria, I'm like, okay, she went back. You should probably go in the car. So I'm walking down the main aisle of Walmart with all this shit in my hands, crying, laughing, because it's just so funny to me, like a psycho by myself. And then I feel this gust of wind, and I look, and there's Maria running out the front doors. Like, I'm like, dude, we're in Stevens Point. You're not white, and you're running out of the door with nothing in your hands. Like, what are you doing? So then I get up to the counter, and, like, they didn't have any self-checkouts. It was all people checking out. And it just, tears coming down my face, like, laughing so hard. And the woman's like, what the fuck's wrong with this person? So finally, like, I check out, and I get in the car, and I'm like, Maria, what the fuck? And she goes, well, I tried it in Nordstrom with you that one time, so I thought it'd be fine to do it here. And I'm like, no. I'm like, well, did you at least go to the bathroom? And she says no. So then we had to go to Julian Fabrics. Luckily, that was a one-person bathroom with a big door.
Which is something of value. A one-person bathroom.
For sure.
It's
That's what they are at my work.
It's a hot commodity.
So that's my wild story. That's my favorite story about Maria. It's so funny.
My favorite story about Maria is when she said, "This is my friend Sarah."
Wow, what a good story.
That's my favorite Maria story.
Oh my god, you're funny.
Yeah. Anywho.
How did you meet Maria?
She used to work at Quad with Eric. And I had a housewarming party at Brady Street, and I was singing, I was singing Panic at the Disco.
Nice.
We were the black kids there singing Panic at the Disco. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
So then I was like, it was her birthday or whatever, and it was like, come down and kick it for her birthday. You know? And the rest is history.
Really, it is.
Then we got married 2 days later.
I don't think that's how the story went.
2 days later, we were married.
Still, that to our kids if we ever have them. There's a dog. Can we?
I'm gonna tell our kids that we met on Tinder.
No, you're not. Can we just like complain about this dog situation real quick?
Oh yeah, let's complain. So, ladies and gentlemen, my lovely, lovely wife and I were looking to adopt a dog. We were gonna adopt this bull terrier.
Wait, can I just say something?
Yeah.
I've been like trying to manipulate this situation for literal months, and
Yeah,
I finally
for months.
convinced you that we needed a dog. Okay.
Yeah, she kept coming at me with this dog talk, and I'm just like, I just don't want a dog barking in here while I'm trying to like record things, you know. But
That's if you have a naughty one.
yeah, if we got a naughty girl, sing along with me. Be a naughty girl.
Anyways,
But
I convinced him we needed a dog.
And we live in a building with, you see niggas with a fucking gigantic pit bull. You
German
see a nigga with
Shepherd.
full grown German Shepherd. Motherfucker,
And
keep stacking.
you know what?
Stepping.
Today when
So
I
mystical.
came home, there was someone that had like an 80-pound poodle.
80, yeah, that giant
Or,
fucking.
what is it? It's not a poodle, but you know what I mean. It's the curly-haired one.
Nah, it's some huge dogs in here. So we were looking to adopt this bull terrier.
Which is the target dog, if everyone's curious
Yeah.
what that is. Their
All
heads look
muscle.
like footballs.
All muscle this dog is.
And I think it said it was, 45 pounds?
Yeah, like 45 pounds. And they contacted our property manager, and they stated
Which,
that...
by the way, we looked at the lease before we applied.
And there's no restrictions against this dog.
Breeds or weight.
Yeah, or the weight. And they told them that they don't allow bull terriers in this building.
I feel like, though, that was just the dumbass at the front desk that doesn't know what a bull terrier is.
Did you watch that whale video I sent you?
No.
Oh, it was Donnell Rollins talking about the whale killing somebody at SeaWorld.
Oh.
It's like everybody loved the whale until it killed somebody. Until it bit that lady, and it's like, get that nigger whale out
Oh,
of
my
here.
God.
I just wanted to throw that in there, you know what I'm saying? Anywho.
But I'm mad about that.
That's what I'm saying is, like, when we applied to adopt a dog, I was happy that we didn't have to put my name on the application. as an African American, and I was like, it's a bull terrier. It's not a pit bull. Because if it was a pit bull, they would be like, get that Negro dog out of here.
I feel like that's what they think it was in the
But
office.
there's somebody here with a gigantic pit bull.
Fucking barking, and that German
walks like a
Shepherd almost
crocodile.
like, I don't know, I felt like it was going to come at me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think German Shepherds are all hair, all fur.
They're all, I'm sorry if anyone likes them, but I do not like those dogs.
I just wanted to. I had the Christmas card planned out. You could have been in them, but it was me and Beans.
Oh my god. We're gonna name our dog Beans, everybody.
Yeah, we were.
We're still gonna name that dog Beans. We'll get one. Just have to be crafty about getting it.
And we're gonna have to name our children nice Jewish names, like, Ezra. I like
Ira.
Ezra. Ira. Moisha. Kasher, maybe.
Interesting.
It's probably the one person's name, full name. I don't know. I don't know. Just some nice Jewish names for my sons. Some nice Jewish names for my sons,
All girls, just watch.
Yeah, like the Kobe curse. And I'm not saying it's a curse like women are bad, but
Good save.
I just wanted Kobe. I want Kobe Bryant to have a son. Jesus, you don't want a dude. You don't want a Kobe Jr. to go to the NBA and be Kobe's son. Everybody wants Kobe. What if? I mean, Michael Jordan had sons, but his sons turned out to not be ballers, and that's unfortunate.
Magic Johnson has a son.
And he turned out to not be a baller. Unfortunate, Just because they're not ballers, that's why. It's not unfortunate that Magic Johnson's son is gay. I would say that there's a lot of players in the NBA that are gay right now. They're just not open about it. But Magic Johnson's son definitely should have picked up a goddamn basketball because, bro, you got the genes for it, bro. I guarantee you would have been pretty good at it. Like, Jesus. That's my issue with Magic Johnson's son, is you were the second coming. Go play basketball. Just do it, my guy. Man, I still got hoop dreams. You know what I'm saying? I still got hoop dreams. I can't hoop. I can't even dribble. But one day I will. One day I'll play in an old man league at the Y. They'll be like, yo, who is this guy? I'll be the old man at the Y.
Wow.
Just pulling up, hooping.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know if I was going to announce this. You want me to? Should I announce this?
Sure.
I won a championship on 2K in my player.
Oh my God.
The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions. Ladies and gentlemen. If you guys follow the Twitter account for Babylon 5, you would have seen that I said that I've never won a championship in 2K in my player. And if I'd lost just this year, that I would never buy this game again because they're cheating fucking bastards. And I won. So you've got a customer in me.
Wow.
But that's how that was going to turn out if I did not win that championship. All right. I lost again in fantasy football. Most likely not going to make the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. So there's that dream of just being just dominant in fantasy football like I know I should be, Like I know I should be, but I can't always get the players that I want. I can just pick what's best at those positions, It's okay. Don't cry, babe. It's okay. Don't cry.
No one's crying.
I can just pick, what's best at those positions and hope for the best, I can only hope that they go out there and perform.
You did your best.
Did my best.
Yes. Hoping you do that.
Did my best. Yeah. What do you want to tell the people about? You want to tell the people about, do you want to talk about Lush or not?
I can.
No, you
That's not
kind
a
of
big deal.
gave me some blinks in there. That was like,
What? No.
I was like, no, motherfucker.
No, I don't know if
You
anyone
don't want
wants
to.
to hear about
You don't want to
that.
throw your business in here with this debauchery.
I don't care.
This straight up debauchery.
I think my clients know what they're getting when they come to me.
Straight up debauchery.
Okay.
Straight up debauchery. Straight up.
I knew you were gonna do that again.
I love you, babe. Yeah.
I opened a business.
You opened a business.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I completely spaced on what we were talking
I
about
can
there.
tell.
Thanks for bringing me back
It's a
there.
glazed look.
Yeah, let's tell us about your business. Tell us. Did you want to talk about what led up to this, or no? You don't want to touch on.
I would say, don't stay at a workplace that makes you unhappy.
Yes.
That's what I would say. I don't want to get into details or anything like that, but it's not worth it. Like, you need to work somewhere where there's boundaries. I think that's the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're not bringing stuff back. I was working at a... Okay, so before I opened my business, I worked where I was working for 4.5 years, which I stayed pretty long at jobs. I'd say between like 4.5 to 5 years or whatever. Usually the 4-year mark is where I'm like, I'm done. Need to do something different. So yeah, I was working somewhere for 4.5 years, and there's just no leadership or clear leadership roles, I should say. No boundaries. Like, I felt like I was bringing a lot of stuff home, which in the end it was affecting my relationship with you and my relationship with Maria. Mostly Maria. I feel like I took out the most on her. I feel bad, but she's like, obviously has been very supportive and understanding. But that, and like, I feel like too, where I was working, they just throw money at the problem versus actually fixing the problem, which they say that's horrible to do in a workplace. Don't just keep throwing your employees raises. It's not going to make them want to stay. Things will be good for a while, and then you want to leave.
I don't know if where I work, if people just keep throwing me raises every time I feel like I want to leave, I'd be like, this is the best place I've ever worked.
Yeah, but you didn't. Do you feel like though you take stuff home with you?
No.
Yeah. No. That's the difference. You've seen my text messages with my former bosses, just bullying and just weird nonsense or whatever. Mm-hmm. Anywho, decided to go off on my own and open my own studio space in technically September, August 31st. I'm an esthetician.
Esthetician.
Lashes.
All kinds of services.
Waxing, facials, microblading, coming soon. I don't know. It's been good. I like it a lot.
Tarot card reading. I
kind of want to do that. Or like crystal healing or like Reiki or something like that. But I don't know.
Eventually, you expand and get some saunas.
Saunas.
It'd be cool.
I know, knowing what I know now, I would never want an employee. Renters, maybe. Employees, no. I just don't think there's a way to do where A, either the business is making money, or B, you're ever going to make someone happy.
Yeah.
It's too much. Whereas renters, I could just... It's like having coworkers without all the financial stuff.
Yeah. Do you think it would be a good idea to get pie?
Tonight?
Yeah. Or is that a bad idea?
What? We can.
I just wanted to get you to say that it would be okay to get pie tonight.
Oh, on record.
On record. Yeah.
We're getting pie from Small Pie down the street.
Whoa.
I have the punch card.
I guess, yeah, this isn't live. This is actually recording Saturday. Hopefully by this time you guys hear this on Monday, Deontay Wilder would have been knocked out by Ortiz. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't want to throw too much babble about MMA in the baby episode.
Oh, wow.
In the baby episode.
So weird.
Oh.
You just stop hitting that mic.
Yeah, it's been me every time. I'm an amateur. Yeah. So, yeah. Did you want to throw out any social medias? Like maybe people could follow the Lush.
Yep. So it's
Luscious.
No.
No.
Everyone, ignore that. It's Lush Well Collective, all one word, 2 L's in collective, on Instagram and Facebook.
Hell
Love
yeah.
Facebook sex.
Hell yeah. And yeah.
For your waxing needs.
For your waxing needs.
I'm hoping, I would like to grow it eventually where I could have like people guest spotting in there. So truly like a collective. So have someone come to read tarot cards. Have someone come and do Botox and all that stuff.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Later down the road though.
And then once marijuana is legalized, have me come down and do aromatherapy.
You just smoke pot? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
therapy.
okay.
You just like inhale that aroma
Well,
and
I'm
let's
just
talk. Let's have a conversation.
on
Babble on
record.
5 podcast. Let's
Live from Lush. On record, though, one of us in this room has had more facials in the past 6 months than the other person. And it's not the person that has the license.
I have a license, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I meant like an esthetician's license.
I don't have a esthetician's license.
Yeah, so you're the one with the more facials in this room.
Well, you keep forcing them on me, and I'm just
I
like,
like
well,
that.
if you're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
force me to get this facial, I guess.
That's right, I forgot about that.
I gotta shave my face.
Yeah, probably on like Thursday.
No,
Friday.
maybe like right after this podcast, because my face hurts, my beard hurts. Yeah. Anything else we want to talk about, or are you cool with this conversation?
I'm
or
fine.
what do you want to, or anything else you want to talk about? Let's. Anything on your mind? Anything in the news? You want to talk about Bernie Sanders? You want to talk about my nigga Yang?
You know what? I thought of you. I tried to get a picture, but for everyone that's familiar with Milwaukee, on the corner of Locust and Humboldt, so that would be the northeast corner of the intersection, there is an apartment building, and they have like this huge banner hanging from it, and it says, Andrew Yang, ? Google him. I was like, oh,
Really?
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Or something along those lines.
I think I like that the movement is growing, but I feel like it's almost
late.
too late.
Yeah.
It's too late. But people are starting to catch on. I'm like, yo, this guy's talking about some real shit over here. But it's just not quick enough. Looks like they impeaching a nigga or something. I don't know. I'm not really.
Although, hasn't everybody got impeached? It's just not necessarily that the resignation thing happened.
I mean, I know they like impeached.
Because they impeached Bill Clinton.
Yeah, but that's what the thing is. Like they impeached but did not remove him from office. And that's what I think. That's what they're trying to do with Trump. Is
I mean,
impeach him.
obviously, yeah. Well, hopefully something good comes of that.
Maybe. I don't think anything good will come.
It's probably a huge waste of money, truthfully, but...
Unless we get my nigga Yang in office. I think that's the only way things change. If we get my nigga Yang in office. I don't know. Vote Andrew Yang. All right, baby girl. Why don't you sing one out for us? Give us the...
Not the musical one in this relationship.
Give us the Blues Clues theme song. Or give us the Blues Clues song at the end of the episode. There you go.
What?
Well, now it's time for So Long.
I do not remember this.
But we'll sing just one more song. There you go.
No, I don't remember this at all.
You remember it. All right.
I remember Booskadoo.
All right. So how about we'll look those videos up and then you'll sing it for the intro for next week.
No one wants to
You've
hear
heard it
that.
here first on the
It's
podcast.
probably not going to happen.
All right. Any more social medias? Anything else before we get up out of here?
No, I'm...
All right.
No, I'm good.
You guys can follow the podcast at Babylon 5 Pod on Twitter. You can follow your boy at My Name's Jermaine on Twitter. You can email your boy at Babylon5 at podcast@gmail.com. Can follow and subscribe to the podcast at babylon5.podbean.com. Can listen to this podcast on Podbean, on Stitcher, on Apple Music, Spotify, and pretty much anywhere podcasts play, stream, or whatever it is. But this is episode 14. Thank you all for listening. This is me and my lovely, lovely wife. Say bye to the people.
Bye.
I'll see you guys next week. Peace.